Okay, I hit record because I actually want to have that conversation. How is Star Wars a soft sci-fi?
Because the difference between hard and soft, giggity, is the
Please tell us.
details.
Enlighten us.
So, Star Wars is a soft sci-fi because there are consoles and buttons and things go into hyperspace and zoom fast. Star Trek is a hard sci-fi because they break down the quantum physics of how it works. In Star Wars, they jump into hyperdrive jump into hyperspace because they use the hyperdrive motor. Well, how's that work? I don't know. Just trust the story.
You push the lever forward. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
you go.
Actually, the hyperdrive either runs off of one liquid tabana, which is very explosive, or it can run off. Well, fuck. What was the fuel in Solo?
Shit, I don't remember.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
On that one too.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Giggity.
Same stuff.
Coaxium.
Huffing and gassing.
Coaxium. Yeah, which turns out Saul was huffing fucking
No,
collapse.
that's not the same thing. No, that was rhydonium. I thought.
Rhydonium.
Yeah.
Well, rhydonium is also a fuel, so it's you have a bunch of different fuel types, which is also bringing it back. Why you guys were tasked with stealing a additive fuel converter.
I thought you were gonna make a fart joke.
So.
To be fair, aren't we all just additive fuel converters when it comes down to it?
No, all mine comes out as methane.
Of all the existential dread I've dealt with in my life, that's the worst now. I'm just a alternative fuel converter.
Oh god! Imagine if this planet was seeded by aliens because all the species on this planet can convert the biomass to methane.
What is my purpose? Pass the butter.
You can put anything into these motherfuckers.
You can put anything in these assholes and they make fuel. You guys are laughing, but I'm making notes.
We call this segment world building.
World building, yes. World gassing. Still to this day, because of fucking Friday, every time I hear gaslight or gaslit, I just fucking chuckle. That was such a good joke. I'm still fucking blown away by that joke that went over my head. Jacob, we were
Yeah, it was such a great joke.
It was so funny. We were all there for it.
Gabe is driving Derek and I to the new house, right? To show us the new house that he's buying. And he's showing us around that area of town, which I like because I've never been in that area of Louisville before. So he's like showing us that area of town. And we passed by this hellacious sign that says Gaslight District. And I'm on my phone as Gabe is driving. And so I'm listening to him talking to somebody on the phone or texting someone on the phone. And Gabe's like, oh yeah, this is the Gaslight District where they had the Gaslight Festival. It's, it's the one where you show up, but somehow it's your fault. And I had to stop what I was doing.
Just like, wait, what?
And I was like, that's such a solid fucking joke. That's such a good joke.
Nice.
But yes, the boys' trip that you didn't go to
Was otherwise detained.
But with that being said, if everybody's ready and we are recording, welcome to the Star Wars Hunters podcast. I am your host, Al, with Book of the Dead. I am with the Forever DMs, and we are playing Star Wars 5e, set in the time period when the Empire has just surrendered. The party, tasked by a mysterious figure to hunt fleeing Imperials, now find themselves en route to the planet of blank. Why am I drawing a blank?
Right? Kenari.
Kenari.
Right,
On the road to Kenari, with rumors that, well, Kenari being a quarantine planet, there are rumors that a Imperial botanist that is being sought after by the mysterious figure was last seen on this planet a long time ago. So the party is chasing a lead that they have been sidetracked for several days, bouncing from space station to space station on Lantilles, overthrowing a tyrannical government and putting a droid mine back into power. Also heisting several parts from an Imperial ship while sabotaging it and making new conman friends. After which they went shopping, where they all ended up at the same Jawa-run boutique. And now, the party, having bought their Jawa goods, boarded their ship and detached from Omega Station, have now punched it, as it were, and are in hyperspace with the use of the hyperspace engine Mark V. Who knows how it works? Magnets, how do they work? As the party, you are currently in hyperspace on the course to Kenari. What is, as I like to say, the galaxy is yours. What are you doing?
It's a good question. What's our time frame on how long we're expecting it to take?
A couple days. Bye.
Right, and we said we were popping out at like basically like the edge of the sector, right, to start scanning our way in, not just jumping straight into the middle of everything.
That was
Yeah, I
Watt's
think that was
plan.
the thought.
That was Watt's goal there.
When Watt very rarely has a plan, and that was one that he had.
Eh?
Exactly.
Let's see. I don't think I have much in the way of things to craft with right now, so I don't think I'm actually making anything for a change.
I actually don't have any materials to craft with because I don't have any monies, and
Same.
I'm unaware of the monies that the group does have because they were wisely kept from me.
And by that you mean Shug has our monies. Is pretty much
So
where
there's
this stands, because I don't think
So-
any of the rest of us have hardly anything on us.
the end of that conversation means Watt walks away thinking that they're Shug's monies, and I need to ask for some of Shug's monies.
That's fair.
The
Valid.
sugar daddy.
So wait, what have we spent money on? We needed to spend money on paying, what's his name?
You didn't have to pay Ludo any more than what you already paid him
nothing,
initially, because you got him the part that he wanted from the Gazanti freighter.
Oh no, but you guys spent money last session at buying explosives or something.
700
Why stole
upgrade my
explosives?
electro hammer, while Tisk stole explosives.
Okay, so you spent 700, is that what you said?
Yes, on the
Okay.
collapsible frame.
Got it.
And
So we're at
Tisk didn't spend any money. He stole the explosives that he had.
Yes.
perfect.
Right.
Okay. Well, we are down to 16,300 HUD credits.
Could I retroactively have bought some medical supplies?
Yeah, easy.
I thought you did.
I'm trying to pull up. Sorry,
I had gone around looking for supplies on the station and like what I
Yeah.
could potentially like trade and whatnot for, and then that's whenever I found the Jawas and I stole their explosives.
I went looking for security spikes and
And
taught
you
myself how
got-
to make them.
I was gonna say, you got a
I've
couple.
got 3 of them. One of them is currently inserted in the ass end of Thule's baton, just in
Yes.
case somebody needs to get spiked.
Now I did say the security baton, the one in the security baton. Wow, I was struggling.
Come on, Bill, use your words.
Yes, I'm trying to. The one in the frame of the collapsible electro hammer, that is a one-time use, like most security
Yeah,
spikes
all
are.
of-
Yeah.
All of them are, yeah. It's just I wanted to learn how to use one, and so how to make them, and so I took the one apart, and then instead of like narratively putting it back together, I just built it into his thing for fun.
Okay.
But I did not buy any medical supplies, so I didn't mean to roll a die. Did I roll a die?
That was me.
Okay.
I was
Um,
gonna see how technologically versed Thule was in security spikes to see if he was gonna spike somebody with it or use it as a spike.
That's totally up to you. But if I can get a couple of grand of medical supplies, then make us stuff. And
Yeah, that's easy. It's up to Bill.
Yeah, we can say what.
here, I'm gonna.
But who's buying it? Is it going to be Watt buying it?
Absolutely.
With Shug's supervision, I suppose.
What does Watt roll to determine if he's going to pull a Watt? You roll versus your insight, your intelligence, or your wisdom.
I'm gonna roll against my perception to see if I perceive something else becoming exciting and shiny.
Sorry, my dog is wanting to be let out. I'll be right back.
I rolled a
Kids are
10.
calling it these days.
I rolled a 10.
Okay, which sucks because I'm gonna have Shug roll to see if he notices Watt spending too much money on the medical supplies.
I'm totally fine if you just give me a markup.
Well, I was gonna just give you a markup, but then he said that he was going to be helping you.
Fair. Holy shit.
What?
What'd you do?
I'm done.
You're done with what?
Just
I wouldn't
gotta-
say dumb.
I just got a message from my editor. I'm done.
Oh,
Oh, you're done.
Oh,
That's
shit.
even so much better. Congrats.
Hell yeah, man.
So-
all I gotta do is draw a fucking map, and that's it.
You're-
Like, oh no.
you're published. Well, not published yet, but you're an author. You burped the
Yeah,
book.
the final edits are done. Death Song has just officially been checked off.
Yeah,
That's
Uh,
awesome. Man.
Yeah,
Holy
Congrats.
shit.
there you go.
that's amazing.
See
Wish I
when
had some bourbon in the house to celebrate.
when Derek leaves, good news happens.
Oh,
Did
So
you catch what the news there was, Derek?
That Gabe just got confirmation that Death Song
Okay.
is accepted.
Yeah, like edits.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Congrats, dude.
awesome.
mhm.
I mean, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but like, whatever.
Those of
Do
you
you remember the Christmas thing that I invited you to?
No.
Aw.
Aw. For those of you listening to the podcast, what we're talking about is Death Song, a book by Corpus Belli,
A book by Gabriel Miller.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
published by Corpus Belli, right?
No, we are.
I'm completely
I wrote
wrong.
a book. That's okay.
Just stop talking,
Uh,
Bill.
I wrote a book for the Infinity Universe, the Infinity War game by Corvus Belli, and it will be published on September. And I am complete as an author. My work is done. My work is done here.
Nice.
So if
Yeah, I
So,
just got that.
so
notification.
should we hazard to guess that Infinity is a hard sci-fi or a soft sci-fi? Since we're on this topic.
It is. Oh, it is a hard sci-fi. It's a very hard sci-fi.
Is it like
How
veiny
hard-
or is it?
How hard is it?
Tell me about how hard it is, Gabe.
Well, when you
Paint us a word
travel,
picture.
when you travel through the wormholes on the massive circular spacecraft, one might say that it's pulsing with energy.
would you describe the spacecraft as veiny?
I would describe it as ridged.
So on that note, if our
Shug saved me.
for what listeners we have left after that, where would they buy pre-order Death Song?
Death Song can be pre-ordered between now and September 23rd at Interstellar Games with a Z.com if you'd like a signed copy. Otherwise, you can order it anywhere Simon & Schuster distributes. Target, Walmart, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, your local bookseller, no matter where they are in the US at least, will be able to order books from Simon & Schuster.
Nice.
Awesome. So back,
Yeah. Wow. Shug, save me.
so back to Star Wars. Shug,
What do I have to take it from?
Which is a
What-
soft sci-fi.
What did I miss?
what you
Let's
missed
just call it a
was
flaccid sci-fi.
Nailed it.
I was trying to get past that.
I'm so
Sorry.
flaccid right now.
That's such a flaccid sci-fi. Impotent, as it were. So, as I was saying, Watt just rolled a perception to see if he noticed that the price that they were charging for medical supplies. You, however, said that you were assisting Watt. So, what are you going to roll to assist Watt to make sure he's not getting fleeced?
I don't know that I need to roll anything because I have the haggler feat that. Hang on, let me read it.
Yeah, we established this last time with Thule's thing. Like you just like know the running value
You-
of
yeah.
goods and whatnot,
You
right?
are always aware of the current monetary value for any unenhanced or common enhanced item.
All right. So how many credits worth of medical supplies are you purchasing?
All of them.
What is
Alright.
Literally
available?
all of them. Fuck every person on this station. They don't need medical
No,
supplies.
everything that
Take
this
it all.
Jawa is selling, I am buying it.
So you're buying 16,000 of medical supplies. Some of the boxes are
I don't know. There's just this many.
Well, yeah, but there's only this many of us. Why don't we do this many of us times 2, and that's how many we buy?
as Watt looks confused.
I want that one. And I just
Okay.
pointed a pile.
Okay, you can have that one.
I reach over and grab the whole pile and leave Shug to figure out how much it was.
Okay.
And I'm already gone. I pour it all into a this rolling cart that Balboa is pushing for me.
Let's see. Stocked with treatments of wounds. A trauma kit has 5 uses. As an action, you spend 1 of the kit to stabilize a creature with 0 hit points. I'll need a wisdom medical check. I'm gonna say you're able to get, if you're buying everything he has, everything this poor Jawa has, he does have 2 trauma kits and at least a box. Well, actually several boxes of med packs.
I bought all of that.
So
You
total,
just tell me how much I get. And
2 boxes of 10 med packs, so 20 med packs. If you're buying a full box, they come in boxes of 10. That's 300 credits each.
okay. I don't know. Shug, do you let me get away with that? I was just looking for supplies.
I don't know, like, we'll use it eventually, you know? Like, is that how we want to invest our money? Like, I'm fine with it.
What's the shelf life of a med kit?
It depends. How long is the next empire gonna last? Because I'm prepping.
Technically, the Empire only lasted 30 years. But if you get everything plus the Jawa's small markup, it comes to 6,500 credits.
6,500, so we'll have just under 10,000 credits left.
You tell me, Shug.
Let's, I don't know, I feel like we just do one box instead of 2. That's still 10 med kits.
Okay.
So 3,500 credits.
10. What was the other thing? The med packs, and then what?
2 trauma kits and
Got
two boxes of med kits.
Sweet.
So the 2 trauma kits, which stabilizes a 0 hit point creature instead of having to roll, just automatically stabilizes them. You don't have to roll a wisdom medicine check to do it. Those are 50 credits apiece.
And there's 2 of them?
There's 2 of them, yes.
Okay, so it's 3,600 total?
35, but yeah.
Well, 35 plus the 2 med kits that are 50 apiece.
No,
right?
I was adding in the med
No.
kits already.
Okay,
No.
so 35 is the total.
Yeah, 35 is the total. So basically, everything is 61,000 credits. They gave you a 400 credit markup because they have to make theirs on the back end because they're Jawas, for something. But cutting it back, taking
Got
out
it.
half the medical kits is 3,500.
Got it. Question then, super quick, DM.
Yep.
My purposes, my intention was to be able to buy supplies so that I can upgrade them to be like superior med packs, that kind of stuff. Can I, for current purposes, just start smashing those together as supplies?
Yeah,
So
we
just
can.
do the cost value.
If you spend the downtime, and a little bit more credits during your downtime, yeah, I don't see why you couldn't do it. The credits would be for role-playing purposes, it wouldn't be credits that you're using, but for simplification, it would be represent the extra materials you're using.
You got it.
Okay. You get like this watt rigged, it's ultra med pack that's just like 3 med packs like put together where the needles are connected to one.
Sweet. I'm golden.
3 med packs in a trench coat.
3 med packs in a chest.
Basically. Okay, so I'm officially subtracting these credits.
Yeah, I've added the medical supplies to my inventory, but as we get on the ship and start flying away, like you notice Watt actually like thinking ahead, and I'm creating like a med station. I don't know if we actually have one of those on the ship, but
You guys don't have
Pull
an
up the chat.
You guys don't have an infirmary. Hell, the Millennium
I didn't-
Falcon even had an infirmary.
Yeah, we don't need one. So Watt's room is now the infirmary because Watt is not in his room. He's in the workshop permanently. I have set up a hammock. That is where I live now.
I just assumed you slept in the walls.
Also a reasonable assumption.
Valid.
I see.
Yeah, the room that you guys thought, oh, this is going to be Watt's room. It'll be nice. You come in there and it's like, you're not sure how Watt did this. And I'll just say that I did this for the entire journey. You come into that room and you hear power tool, or when you walk by, right? There's a jackhammer. You hear a truck backing up. You're not sure why, just absolute sounds of construction. And then when we get to wherever we're going, there is literally like Watt has makeshifted his bunk into a stretcher or like a surgical table, and it looks somewhere between like an herbalist's room and a mad scientist's contraption. And that is what Watt does for the journey. So I'm gonna stock a lot of these supplies in there, and I will keep track of what's in, just for keeping track of something useful.
That's fine. I'm just keeping track of credits. We have almost 1,300 credits left.
1,300 or 13,000?
Sorry, 13,000. My fault.
There's a very big difference.
Yeah, there's a zero.
Which
Just missing a zero.
it's just kind of a small difference. That's what the guy at the buy now pay later said. I don't know.
Well, it's one of these people. I bought everything on this stuff called credit.
Yeah, credits. Yeah, I got lots of credits.
You owe him all these monies. So, with that being said, we don't know what Watt's doing. Anybody else doing anything in this trip on hyperspace? If not, we will continue.
So I'm getting the workshop like organized and set up, and it brings up a question around the workshop. I was confirming this while you all were talking numbers and such, is that we get to pick two different integrated implements essentially to exist in the workshop. As a medium ship, we get two. So one of them is going to be a demolitions kit, but the list that I put in chat there, we get to pick any one of the other that then gives bonuses to anybody that would be crafting or doing things with such things. It's not just any kit, it's anything specific to the list for the workshop. So I want to say Shug shares some of the options that are on there.
I have several of these, yes.
So at some point we should decide what our second one is for how we're approaching that necessarily. I don't think we actually decided that before.
The first one was what?
Demolitions.
Okay, so we're set on demolitions.
So the list of the others for our listening audience is integrated armor tech implements, arms tech implements, artificers, audio techs, cyber techs, demolitions kit, gadgeteers implements, munitions kit, tinkers implements, or trappers.
Okay, I'm pulling up my proficiencies. I have no. Hang on, this isn't the right sheet.
We could also figure it out later if we wanted to. I just wanted to bring it to attention that we should decide that at some point.
I have a mechanics kit, an astrotech's implements, a forgery kit, arms tech's implements, and tinker's implements.
So of the list there, I think arms tech and tinkers would be your two top, or your two options for what could go on here.
Well, I thought so. Okay, my thought was that since I already have these, we don't need to pick them for the.
So you gain
workshop?
some additional bonuses by working on the by having the workshop on the ship. You gain additional bonuses. So
I see.
If you you only add your proficiency, then with the kit you would add double your proficiency. If you already add double your proficiency, you gain an additional amount for your governing ability score that you literally can't get in any way other than when you're using a workshop, which is
Okay.
why I wanted it for the demolitions kit stuff. You also can craft more per day based off your level.
Okay.
And then there's, I think there, like we get some bonuses for like long rests involving the suite being on the ship. But
Okay. So first impressions, so Astrotech is not on here,
it is
so we can't. That sucks because that would be like the first choice for both me and Watt. I feel like.
Yeah, unfortunately, we would have to go with a different workshop.
That's
style
fine. No, that's fine. I
one.
think, but like with the pit droid, with Alexander, and with our R2 unit, like, and plus my skills and Watt's skills, I don't know that we need Astrotechs. So my second instinct would be to do arms tech, and that's just so I can upgrade people's weapons. And
I'm here for that.
Arms tech and maybe armor as well. I don't currently have that skill, but probably something Watt would branch into.
yeah.
I think setting it for arms tech. It doesn't say anything about whether or not you can like swap them out for like what it is, but it just says they're equipped with your choice of a certain number based off the starship size suite. Or
Yeah, I
suite size.
imagine that's included in the cost. Is like we're outfitting it, and so if we wanted to switch it to something else, we'd have to pay to swap the stuff out.
I leave that for Bill to decide.
That's fair.
So cool. Demolitions.
Everybody
and arms.
Everybody cool with those two options?
Yeah, fine by me.
Sean, good.
Yep. Tuli's actually gonna go ahead and like jump into work on with his own demolitions kit using this new workshop bench to amplify the explosives of his current frag charge and frag grenade.
Nice. Yeah,
Take
the
it.
arms tech seems like it makes sense for installing that fancy new gadget
Yeah.
on
that's what I
a
was
certain
thinking as well.
hammer. So
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm basically just spending my time getting things, making myself at home in my
Yeah,
my
you're
demolitions
setting shit
workshop.
up. Yeah, you're setting up the battle station.
Yeah.
In this case, literally.
His grenade workshop, setting it up.
I have nothing to actually be crafting with at the moment, so
I mean, I have 150 credits worth of droid parts. I don't know how explosive they are, though.
I mean anything can be with the right attitude. I feel like, but you know,
Right.
Anything is explosive if you're brave enough.
Or if your name is Tisk.
What is this module called again, Jacob, that we installed on the ship?
the workshop,
The TISC
Workshop,
module.
thank you.
The TISC.
which I renamed it on the ship panel itself to say workshop dash like demolitions and arms tech, so that we
Great,
remember
perfect.
that.
God, we could.
Well, I feel like you guys are gonna fight over renaming stuff on the ship.
I don't have a strong opinion. I was thinking I could add all those med kits ship rather than track of my own. Not a big deal.
Anybody else keep hearing Gabe cut in and out?
Yeah, I'm catching that as well.
Pickup's a little late.
Okay, I'll storm in here, so who knows? I'll fix it. Y'all keep on. We're just kind of all over the place tonight.
It says, lastly, when a creature completes a long rest involving this suite, I don't know what that means, they gain advantage on the first ability check using tools they make before the start of their next long rest.
It's a good thing Watt is gonna sleep in there now.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like you sleep in there.
It does. It sounds like you pull an all-nighter. But you still get the long rest, I guess? Completes a long rest involving this suite. Weird.
Is that a sacrifice tool proficiencies?
I mean, I always get advantage on my tool proficiencies when I get an exhaustion point for it.
That's right. That's right. Put in work, Bill.
Oh. All right. So, with modifications still to be made in hyperspace, eventually you guys start feeling hearing the ship's early warning that it's about to drop out of hyperspace as you're reaching your destination. Just a few parsecs inside the system.
Tuli runs back up to the cockpit. It's go time.
Watt stumbles out of the workshop because that's where he sleeps. Every now and then you just open a cabinet to get something and you just see Watt and kind of stumbles out, fur's all ruffled. We there?
Dropping out, bud. Come on.
Okay. and I just like grab a hold of Thule as he walks by and just let him drag me.
So as soon as you get up to the cab of the Dutch runner, what was the names? The Bad Baby.
I come full circle again.
It was the Bad Baby, and what was the second name? I wrote it down. I'm just lazy right now.
Did we go with Rose to Kosin?
I
Or
think
did we pick something different?
I thought that was the serious name that we had leaned towards. I don't know that we ever made a definitive decision, but like.
Okay.
I got the name I wanted, so I have no objections to Rose to Kosin, or to Kosin Rose, or whatever we wanted to go with it.
Perfect.
I thought you guys literally did name Bad Baby. Yeah.
yeah, you can switch.
One of them is officially the Bad Baby.
So the questions I have for you guys is you're about to come out of hyperspace. Number one, who's piloting the ship? And number two, whoever's piloting the ship, what call sign are you switching the ship to?
So I'm piloting the ship, and we are going with Rose to Kosin for coming out because we did Bad Baby on our last job. We need to give it a break.
As you're piloting, Watt is just kind of lazily sitting on your shoulder, occasionally reaching over and pressing buttons. And you reach up to like swat him away, and then you realize that button needed to be pressed. And I'm basically just co-piloting. I'm giving you the help action.
Thank you.
All right, so as you're coming out of hyperspace, you're about to come out of hyperspace. It's going to have to manually be done as you're giving the warning to reach your destination. You need to come out of hyperspace pretty soon, within the next few seconds. Thule,
How does it work?
Yes, sir.
how does the hyperspace work? You actually enter into a different area of space known as hyperspace. It's actually an area above our current known spatial geometry within the universe. So hyperspace kind of lays just above it as you enter it.
I'm gonna go get a drink. You guys want any?
You think I'm joking because I'm a little insulted. Like Gabe's like, they don't ever talk about how it works. Yes, they do, because the way it's described in Star Wars is like a ship going into the jet stream of the atmosphere. The hyperspace lanes kind of act like the jet stream of the universe. You fly above all the turbulence and crap in just a dimension a little higher up.
God, my sci-fi is so hard right now.
There we go. There we go. That's,
Sci-fi rising.
Yep. Give this campaign a little sci-fi Viagra. So
That's the
Sci-fi.
title.
Full stop.
Sci-Fiagra. I love it.
Viagra, yes.
Sci-Fiagra.
Nothing gets me going like a nice turgid sci-fi.
Turgid. You had to use.
Oh God.
Hey,
Why?
let's get back to the universe then.
So wrecked right now.
We are accomplishing nothing to this.
Star Wars, it's still
Okay,
It's
if these
still
puns last longer than 3 hours, we need to seek help.
Okay. All right.
Currently going on 1.
Going
Yeah,
on
some
what?
change.
Yeah. Currently, we've got 39 minutes of this so far.
Oh. You started late.
Yeah.
We've been edging.
Still going.
The worst part is at this rate, we'll never reach climax.
Truth.
You guys stop. I'm just going to prematurely end it.
You know, they make a pill for that. They sell it right next to Scifiagra.
They have a cream that makes you last longer.
Oh my
We
god.
mixed it in with lotion bottles.
Oh God. Okay. With that being said, Thule, do you come out of hyperspace?
I come out of whatever you have me coming out of.
You walked right into that, Bill.
Look, you guys, just keep going. I have you overshooting your trajectory. The more you go, you guys are just chuckling in the cabin. You haven't pulled out of hypers. Oh God.
Sometimes it shoots too far when you pull out. I mean,
Is Bill the cuck in this situation?
I'm just here for you guys.
enjoy it.
It's your story. You do with it what you want.
I'm gonna roll a piloting check. Is that? Would you appreciate that? Is that?
I'm
Is
actually.
that a thing we do?
It's pretty easy to exit hyperspace. So no piloting check needed.
What?
So
What I was prompting when I said, "How does it work?" is I was waiting for somebody to say, "I pull the lever."
So you pull you go to pull the lever, but with an eye, and Watt corrects you and points to the other lever you're supposed to pull. As You come out of hyperspace.
Atmospheric thrusters. My apologies.
As soon as the white lines start fading back into stars, you guys hear a koosh, and the ship moves as it feels like you hit something. And then, with a piloting skill of 9, koosh, you hit something else. Thule, give me another piloting check to see what's going on.
I have a complaint.
I am absolutely helping him because I am in the cockpit
Yeah.
going like, what the fuck is this?
You have a complaint?
Yeah, my complaint is that my game is paused and I can't actually get us out of hyperspace. So my
Again,
Oh, thank God.
with
Okay.
advantage from
Immersion
the help
return.
action. We have a 10 this time instead of a 9.
A 10.
You know, incremental improvements, but I'm proud of
oh
you.
my God, look, it's a little tiny version of Jacob.
Oh, it is.
God.
I hope that somebody is listening to this one day and is like, what the fuck? A tiny what? How's that on their ship?
Why did they crash into it out of hyperspace?
Where did it come from?
Where did it go?
Oh no.
Well, what we clearly know is Jacob does not pull out of hyperspace. So
Okay. Weird.
Okay, so you hear
So
thuds,
like,
so
moving on.
you hear thuds and hits and smacks as Thule, you're not able to identify what you're running
yeah.
into. It could be a asteroid field as far as you know. There's no registered damage on the ship yet, but obviously stuff is hitting the hull as you're looking. Who's in the cockpit? Give me a perception
I think
check.
it's just me and Watt.
As you're hearing it, it sounds like flying through a hellstorm as things are pelting the outside of the ship.
Well, I clicked the thing. I'm gonna refresh and my game is still.
Your game shouldn't be paused. The game is unpaused.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh, Bill.
Unpause for me.
Sorry. So looking for the first time at our actual like stats. Instead, could Thule instead roll a scan check from the spaceship itself?
Oh yeah, I forgot you could do that.
You can turn a scanner on.
I don't know, I don't know if that's something Watt's more.
Passive only. What? So we use this ship's ability.
Yes, since none of us have, or we haven't added anything for proficiency with it,
Correct.
we just use the ship's wisdom.
Which is the ship's best stat. So
Yeah,
Wait, my was
that was a persuasion, bud.
even better. Even better.
The ship, please.
Please work. Please work.
Yeah. Scan of 21.
Yeah, 21. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Jesus. That's loud. So with a scan of 21, so you're... What? As soon as this stuff starts hitting the ship and Thule is defensively flying through whatever it is, the chop as it were, you hit the scanners, and given the maps that you guys looked at in Lentilles, the spatial coordinates, everything that you could find about Kenari, all the information rolls that you made, there was no asteroid field. And as you're looking at the scanners, no, everything that you're hitting is too small to be asteroids. As you notice, something hit the clear paraglass of the cockpit, you see something white hit and smack and slide off as you see shiny white armor of a stormtrooper.
Oh, okay. Body. It's fun. Okay.
cute.
I'm immediately scanning our surroundings to make sure there's not a larger ship that we're going to collide with. Forget the stormtrooper. Our ship can absorb that impact. It cannot absorb impact with a derelict Star Destroyer.
Correct.
As you are looking at the scanner, sure enough, you start seeing the red cross action outline of something large coming your way. Thule wouldn't be able to see it with the naked eye just yet, but you see it.
I will immediately alert him and like swipe over from my old 1970s radar screen to his old 1970s radar screen. And there's just a little ding and some Arabesh that pops up next to it to lay it out for Thule so he knows it's coming. And I'm also, if possible, try to suggest a route to swing away from it while still being invisible.
Okay, so Role-playing wise, what yell at Thule that something is coming?
Role-playing wise, what happens is Thule, you look at the screen, and then the next thing you know, Watt's foot is in your face as his arm is on the console, and he's reaching for the yoke, and his tail is like wrapped around the back of your neck to anchor him. So he's basically like flag pulling your head to reach for the controls and trying to like, and I'm pushing them as your hands on them to try to show you the direction I want you to go. No words. Just
So looking off my Star Wars slang website, Thule will begin yelling "Druck, Druck, Druck, Druck," and grabbing the joystick, I guess, and pulling as hard as possible the direction that Watt is pushing his hand.
Give me another piloting check.
do I still qualify as helping now, or am I making it worse?
Let's go. Does that come in?
Yep.
These
12.
piloting checks are some bullshit, but that's 12.
All right, as you're trying to pull up, you start pulling up, and the ship starts. You're flying a brick. The ship starts pulling up, and as you do, you see the debris of a ship. What oddly looks like a very familiar ship. You see a Githyanthi freighter that is in pieces. As you start pulling up, and you barely miss it as you are. The ship is just completely blown in two.
Oh, these fuckers were coming to Kenari. Gotcha. That didn't even cross my mind.
Well, so theoretically I said it.
Can we confirm that this is the same ship first? Because there's lots of Githyanthi freighters.
No. Come on.
No.
You really think we did this, guys? We did this.
I mean, I'm on board with believing that we did this, but I would want to look for some kind of markers or something to
So
if this is the same ship or not.
So I'm gonna run a
Just
quick
verified
scan.
point.
I'm gonna run a quick scan.
for point calculation purposes, we need to know.
Yes. I'm gonna run a quick scan of the ship to see if the cargo hold is empty or not. See where I'm going? 8.
8. It's hard to tell. I can believe, because we believe in failing up. It's hard to tell where, with a scan of an 8, where the debris is, whether it's bodies, ship debris, objects from the hold, but you can tell from the scan and from visual looking at the ship, it looks like it was an explosion from inside.
What direction is the prow facing?
Prow right now,
Port system.
it's kind of
Port
spinning.
system? Okay.
It's spinning in space as everything is kind of flying away from it, from the center of the explosion, as the inertia of the explosion is still sending debris out away from the center of impact.
Okay, the way you're describing that makes it sound like it was relatively recent because everything's still fairly clustered together. So, is there still like atmospheric venting?
No,
Okay.
there's no power, there's no nothing.
Is there a chance that one of us would have copied that Wait a minute. I'm gonna go over to where we've installed the threat detector,
Okay.
and I'm gonna use it because of who we are as people. We probably have its old memory core in there somewhere, and I'm gonna look for that ship's ident code in its logs, or identifying information in its logs, because Watt was not smart enough to look at the name or number on the side of the Githyanthi. So I'm searching for it in basically the RAM of the threat detector.
Give me a tech check. And this is going to be
Got it.
going off the same check that you guys, because I wrote down the check number that you guys got removing it.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself guidance as I focus in, but I'm on this task alone. No Alexander help here. That was garbage. 11.
Okay, with an 11, the first thing being what? The first thing you think of automatically is whoever removed this piece of Imperial equipment was very thorough in wiping it of any Imperial fingerprints, as the person had to have rolled a high score to remove this equipment and make sure that it wasn't traceable back to the original shuttle. So
I am just absolutely impressed by whoever did this.
So with that being said, buddy, you rolled too high on the skill to remove this to be able to have anything left behind.
See, that's where I'm at. Like, I am in such awe of whoever did this work. And Watt has already forgotten that it was him. So I just I come back out of the con, almost like head deep in here, and I turn around and I look out the window. Hey, Thule, if that was the same ship, do you think we get the points?
Excellent question. I feel like about that time, Shug floats in on his droid, and he's like, "Oh, are we in Kenari already? Oh."
Just taking turns counting points, and Thule just points at different bodies that are hitting the ship.
Is that our handiwork there?
I don't know. I don't have an EV suit.
What, from looking at the ship, are we close enough? Can I tell what happened? Like damage-wise?
What skill do you want to use?
Technology.
Okay.
Also, like, I helped. Like, we talked through how we were going to sabotage it. So if it is, I would know
we did thoroughly.
what that would look. I would know what that would look like. So can I roll with advantage or just a flat roll?
That's Thule.
That's
aided
two.
and abetted in the sabotaging. Can
Okay.
Thule provide advantage to this by helping?
Are you trying to determine if your sabotage caused this explosion?
That's what all of this has been so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I just keep rolling really low.
Yeah, that's fine. With that in mind, go ahead and roll with advantage if that's what you're trying to determine.
Great. Okay, with advantage, I got a 21.
Okay, with a 21. Shug, you and Thule worked very hard to sabotage the ship.
What?
I thought Thule helped.
Thule too.
Yeah.
Everyone helped, okay?
Okay.
Everyone helped. We're all a part of a team.
Everyone but
Tisk was
Tisk.
going through the manifest and finding explosives, and the rest of us were sabotaging internal systems.
Tisk was manifesting explosives.
So, with all of you working very hard together, sabotaging the ship, you're pretty confident in what you had planned was for the hyperdrive just to fry itself. If anything, the worst case scenario is they would be stuck in hyperspace with no way to exit. It should not, on paper, it should not have caused an explosion, especially one of this magnitude.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Because for lack of a better term, the back of this ship is broken. It is exploded and bent in the center.
Shug's like, well, that's a big bada boom there. I don't think we caused that. What if our friends did? You're muted, bud.
Does this mean I don't get any points?
Counting for nothing.
You'd have to ask Tisk on that one.
About that time, Tisk like pops his head around. What did we run into?
I don't think there are points.
And so everybody else is trying to like use scans and things along those lines and whatnot. Like, we saw this ship as we flew in. We were on the ship. Are there any markings on the outside of this ship, just looking at it, that would denote this as the same ship or definitively not the same ship?
Roll a perception check.
Let the rest of us keep fucking.
That is a Nepo 20.
A Nepo 20. With a 20, you notice the ship kind of going around and you kind of watch as the ship's like spinning in place. With a 20, first thing that you notice is that this was a massive explosion that ripped this arm, the explosion had to come from inside the ship. It was not a missile or anything, with the way that the ship is peeled back outwards like a firecracker in a soda can. It's just exploded out. It's too harsh to be explosive decompression, and this all fits into Tisk's wheelhouse of a 20. It had to be a large explosive to rip that armor like it did and blow everything completely out.
Right.
But as you're watching, you do see near the where the call sign name would be, underneath the cabin, the cockpit window, you see Umbral Verge.
Does that match what it is the same ship?
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, so Tisk points a claw towards it. It was the same one, but we didn't do that. I never found any explosives large enough to cause that.
Oh man. They got so many points.
Someone did.
Yeah.
Glad,
It was
I'm
melted.
glad we got those boys off.
Wow.
Have we scanned
think there's
for
any-
any survivors? Life signs?
Did I see any life signs in my scans? DM?
Do we have?
I should've-
He said no.
I shook my head.
Do we have EVA suits on board?
I do not believe you guys do.
We don't. I asked that last game.
Okay.
So, as what is the
Okay, but okay, what is our goal here? Do we want to figure out what happened here? Do we think this is something we need to chase down? Because
we know
I
what
can send my. Well, I'm more mean
Always
like.
happened.
Well, I get that, but I more mean like, were there survivors? Did the survivors end up going to Kenari? Like, or do we think this was just a full
Yeah.
wipe?
I am really curious how far we are from sort of nearby systems or anything before we start lingering.
Yeah, that's fine.
So with that being the case, I'm gonna run a super quick scan if I can. Scan. Hey, 22.
what's the difference?
There we go.
What's the distance of your scanner?
Is that a thing that we have?
Is that a-
stat?
Yeah, it's. I think it's listed on the nav computer on the character sheet for the thing.
Okay, let me
Oh god,
see
you're
if I can
Sean,
find
you're
it.
being attacked by a tiny gremlin behind you. See the, see the fingers.
Doesn't list a range. And the nav computer is navigation.
Oh, you're right. It's astrogation checks. I forgot.
We're over here trying to use. I don't see a scanner equipment piece anywhere. Yeah, there's not a scanner piece of equipment on the ship.
It's probably why we don't get our proficiency bonus with it.
So you don't have
Wait,
a scanner.
What do we have? What do we have? We just got something. What did we install? Oh,
So
threat
we have
detector.
a threat tracker, a
Threat
hard
tracker.
brow,
Okay.
and the nav computer, and those are upgraded.
No, you
So
guys,
like on the character sheet, we have
you don't have a scanner installed.
we have proficiency with the three things.
If we don't have a scanner installed, how are we going to do literally?
And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know that that was a thing that we had to like have installed on the ship. So
Is it a separate item? Yep. Chips.
Why do I feel like this is messed up and this is totally fitting for your party? You guys worried about guns, armor, explosives, and no one thought to bring a scanner?
well, I mean, we
Okay,
we got the threat tracker for the purposes of trying to be able to better handle things while we
So
were
wait.
here doing scanning and whatnot. So
So there is a basic scanner on the ship. It says here that you can get a scanner Mark 1, and that is an upgrade on the native radar scanner on your ship.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
when
we
you
have
get
the
the
basic.
Mark 1, it gives your ship blind sight out to 1,000 feet on the map when you're doing
So what is-
ship-to-ship stuff, and it gives you proficiency in probe and scan. Giggity. So that is how you gain those proficiencies, is by getting that piece of equipment. It doesn't say how much it costs.
yeah, I mean it's a grade 1 modification, so it would not have been cheap.
So hang on. Starships.
I see deployments, ventures.
Yeah, I'm looking at Starship rules right now.
So all it says is under scan as a thing is you take a wisdom scan checks, lets you notice and locate the presence of something near your ship. It measures your general awareness of the ship's surroundings and keenness of your ship's detection algorithms. When you make a wisdom scan check, you may instead make a wisdom perception check at disadvantage using your own wisdom modifier. It says nothing about range.
Yeah, the scanner upgrades give you literal direct benefits. So it gives you proficiency, it gives you Mark 2, Mark 3 gives you advantage on those rolls. Mark 4 gives your ship true sight out to 1,000 feet. So it's really granular.
Well, going off of just being a Star Wars fan, there is a difference between since we've already talked about Star Wars versus Star Trek. Star Trek, they have like complete system scans. Star Wars, they don't do that. So you can scan up into a certain distance. So I'm gonna say a couple of parsecs away. So when you scan, you do find two interstellar bodies that are within a few parsecs of you. One of which is a life, or what could have been a life-sustaining planet. So you believe you found Kenari, and you are at least several parsecs away from it, roughly about where you wanted to come out of hyperspace.
Perfect. Just going off some basic knowledge and technical expertise, do I feel like our arrival would be detected already? Or the ship's arrival, the Gazanti's arrival?
It would determine on what is on the ship, what is on the planet. And that would be saying, does this nation know that I'm coming in?
Here's the equivalent then of what I'm trying to ask. We arrived. Did the two interstellar bodies pop up automatically, or did I have to scan for them?
You had to scan for them, especially given the fact that you guys just have a basic scanner.
Okay, so theoretically, from the other side, unless they're actively scanning, they might not be aware of our presence.
Might not, or they already are.
Just trying to deduce.
With that,
so it sounds like the check we should have used for the freighter itself would have been a probe check instead. Because
I want to probe the freighter.
Yeah,
right.
Probe is basically the equivalent of investigation. Scan is perception.
Yeah.
Is probe is you're actually launching a probe?
No, it's a scan. Like it's a skill, not a. Suddenly we're playing Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's what I thought of.
Yeah.
With that being said, Sean, do you want to take break a little early?
We certainly can. I do have a gremlin running around vying for my attention.
Also your dog.
Speaking of radar, I got your daddy radar. That
Thank you.
Needed to call a little early. So we are going to take a break, and we will be right back. All right, and we are back. All right. So, as we last left off, you guys came out of hyperspace, finding the derelict, exploded Gazanti freighter that you have identified as the exact same freighter, possibly, unless there's two named by the same name, that you met up with at Oberon Station. Having been destroyed by an explosion of an unidentified source, the party then scanned, detecting a celestial body that fits the description of Kenari, several parsecs away, that they hope they are out of the scanning range of.
Yes.
So with that being said, what are you guys doing?
What are we doing?
We want to investigate this ship more. Or are we heading for Kenari?
It does make me wonder why they came here.
Yeah, same here. But I don't think we have any way of finding that out, so we can just continue.
Right, to Kenari.
Bot just kind of looks listfully at the ship and all the people as they go by.
As we go by and we do, we can always perhaps come back for salvage later. We know where it is.
I record the position as if that was my idea in the first place. Yeah.
Ooh, hold up. I have a question. Are there any TIE fighters still attached to the bottom of this thing? or have they been blown to smithereens with the rest of it?
The ports, as just visual inspection, the ports, the fucking tubes that the TIE fighter,
Tubes.
the TIE fighters attached to are still present. TIE fighters are not there.
Did we ever spy TIE fighters before?
We did.
We did, right?
You saw some running patrols around Oberon.
Yeah, we absolutely did. Summer.
Could I, by chance, do another either perception check or scan check to see if any of the debris looks to be exploded TIE fighters?
You can look.
What do I want to do here? Technically, to do a perception check, I'm going to do so with disadvantage. So I'll just do a regular scan. That's not bad. 15.
15. With a scan, you do pick up some erroneous wreckage that doesn't make sense. It could possibly be a couple of TIE fighters, but you're not 100% sure.
Cool.
But
Just keeping an eye out.
they're located a certain distance away. The debris fields for these are located a certain distance away, and they are not traveling out at a rate of speed as the other stuff.
Oh, interesting. How far away are we talking? Like far enough away that getting closer would be like we could tell if we got closer, or
It's still within scanning range. It's not like a parsec away or anything. It's still close. Some of it is in a galactic sense. Some of it is in a coordinate above the wreckage. Some of it's down below.
okay.
So evenly spread-ish.
I'm pulling up above the wreckage anyway. Do you want me to swing by that top one?
Can't hurt.
All right, let's get everybody where they want to be. We're going to be approaching soon.
I go find a gunner's seat.
I am gonna slide into the co-pilot/technician's chair.
Yeah, what are the other roles? What role don't we have?
You have coordinator, gunner, mechanic, operator, pilot, technician. Coordinator seemed the most thematically appropriate for Shug.
I was about
but
to say.
also-
Yeah, that
I
makes
mean,
sense to me.
But technician, operator, mechanic, or coordinator also seem like they could work for Shug.
Oh wait, but okay, so wait, you're the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe, you're doing what?
I guess it would be technician on that
Technician.
list.
Okay, and then Tisk is in the gunner seat, so probably mechanic for me. I can be the guy in the engine room. That's fine.
Are the guy in the ship where it happened?
Here, let me keep going. Let me just read through these two roles. I found them.
No, come
All
on.
right,
I
and
thought
Tuli's
that was
gonna
good.
pull us up above the freighter, the freighter proper.
Oh, we get
to-
ranks. We get ranks in our deployments.
Eventually,
Is
yeah.
that a thing?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
level up in
deployments is what we're talking
performance. Yeah.
You can level up per encounter.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I interrupted you, Sean. Continue.
Okay, fine. So giving everybody a second to report to their battle stations, is that what we're calling these? Their deployments. Tuli will begin navigating the ship up and around the freighter carcass to investigate the higher quadrant wreckage that Tisk pointed out. And then if once people are done investigating whatever that is and Tuli gets the green light, he's going to be heading towards Kenari.
All right, pulling up over the wreckage and flying a little bit of ways, leaving the wreckage behind, you eventually find yourself close-ish to another smaller debris field. As you get closer to it, as the silhouette of whatever this is starts coming out of the black, you eventually start seeing the pointed fins and flat discs of what was once a TIE fighter. The canopy of which also looks like it exploded from the inside.
So it also interesting.
Um,
So this also seems to have exploded, just like the other ship.
Very similar.
Like-
The bubble is completely split like an egg and blown out, and the wings are. If this is the wings are bent in kind of a V formation as it just exploded.
So based on that description, it feels like you're saying the blast could have come down the tube and then just mushroomed out the cockpit, or does it look like somebody lit off a bomb in the cockpit and it was separate from the ship?
I'll say, given what you just saw of the ship, I'm not even going to make you roll for it. It's B.
Interesting.
Yeah, the gist that I'm getting is that these things were possibly even already like away from the ship after they were here, like either patrolling or something along those lines, and then blew up from inside,
That's
which is pretty wild.
yeah. Now I really want to go on board and find the flight logs and all that shit.
You got the location marked, what?
Yeah.
Okay, on to Kenari.
Okay.
Not
And
much
Julie.
we can do without EVA suits or something if there's no Atmo inside the ships. Not much we're going to accomplish there.
Fine.
All right. So as you start in the sublight engines heading closer to Kenari, you guys travel for about a parsec, and you start getting hailed.
Where are the hills hailing from?
Right?
Where to hail?
We've got a stronghold. I think it'll withstand that.
What's the source of the transmission?
Source of the transmission seems to be coming from several small. Actually, no. I'm sitting here giving you stuff for free. Roll me a scan. What is the scan? What is the check for the scan again?
Scan is perception. Probe is investigation.
What do you want to do?
We're gonna scan, and I'm gonna focus and knuckle down and try to find this source.
These hails are constant as you are flying closer to Kenari. These hails are constant on rotating intervals of 60 seconds.
Okay, 18 on the scan. I'm feeling like this is some sort of automated system. What do I pick up?
Scanning, you detect several hailing signals, all of them locating into a broadband burst.
Dang. And there's no identifiable source.
No, they're coming from several small devices in orbit. Well, I say in orbit, they are, it's a strategic grid of these things that are set around the planet as you are getting closer.
Interesting.
And these hails, it basically hails, the hail signal goes off about 30 seconds and then fires again.
It looks like a net.
So Julie is scanning through the ship's logs. We had to have put it in here somewhere. And he'll look over and to Watt. Hey, co-pilot, where's the codes that Jace gave us?
Oh, they're right here. And I just kind of hold my arm out.
Next time we get hailed by the web, I'm gonna send these back.
Okay. I'll key them in for you.
It's every 30 seconds you guys are getting hailed pretty regularly.
So by the time Watt's got them put in within, his general words per minute, I'm sure is, 100 million. So within 6 seconds, the codes that were provided, the Imperial whatever codes that Chase and his buddy gave us, as a going away present, I will send them back.
Okay, so as soon as you open up a hailing frequency to send them back, you start getting language, Imperial Basic, spoken to you in a voice that says, "Please depart the Imperial." Oh God, why did my brain just freeze? That's not what he's saying. Imperial Quarantine Zone. You are too close to the Imperial Quarantine Zone. Any further will be met with deadly force. And the signal repeats every 30 seconds.
Can I lean into a security suite, my security kit, and sitting here at the technician's seat and see if I can bypass that? See if I can bypass the warning to see what's really behind it.
Okay.
Sweet.
I pinged Garrett in chat, but just for what it's worth, there was a thing in here that people can fill multiple roles at the same time, so long as you can realistically get to the equipment needed to do that. So like that would be leaning into more like the operator role for
I've-
what it's worth.
I've read that before, and theoretically, there's no like a co-pilot seat could double as a gunner seat depending upon the ship.
I think there's actually there's modifications and stuff I think that you can actually get that like slave weaponry together so that they can be controlled from the pilot section kind of thing. Like there are modifications around that make all of that feasible, I believe.
Yep. Okay. So
Natural one.
No.
Nat one.
what this feels like with a natural one is this feels like warning buoys that are set up a distance around kind of not really in an orbit as it was, but okay, showing my geekitude when it comes to astrological stuff in real life. You know how the Hubble's not really in an orbit of Earth, but it's so far out that it kind of just stays? Think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But if it's saying like met with deadly force or some such, like I just want to make sure. I rolled a 1, so I wanted to make sure.
With a 1, this
Not
just
connected.
this just seems like a hailing warning system for ships to know to stay away from this area. Think After Earth,
You got it.
which is a very underrated movie.
Agreed. But I rolled a 1, so
So, Thule, you're coming up, passing where these signals are bursting from. Are you continue going? Are you continuing to fly through?
Yeah, and we're gonna leave our hailing channel open and just repeat the codes that we've been given to identify ourselves as an Imperial ship.
Okay. As you get closer, and you're getting closer to the planetary body that just keeps getting bigger and bigger as you're getting closer to what you believe to be Kenari.
I have a hair trigger on the shield, just to be sure.
Okay. As you're getting closer, is there anything the party wants to do? Do you want to send out a scan? Is there anything that you're going to do as you get closer to this planet? Other
I
than...
have time to, but I'm gonna keep scanning.
Okay. Send out
Is there anything?
are you probing or scanning?
I'm scanning because I don't have a good pinpoint location to work with yet. So I'm just doing broad scans.
Okay, roll a scan check for me.
So close to being a nat 20.
11.
11. With 11, the scan goes out. Boom. I'm thinking like submarine sonar. The scan goes out, and you watch the wave of the scan go out, and then you see another scan coming back at you.
Shoot the scan.
Would you like me to roll a swindle check to impress upon our on anything scanning us that we are an Imperial ship? Or does the code cover that check?
Well, as the secondary signal starts coming back, as it bounces back as your scanner went forward, it bounces back, and as soon as the scan hits you, your scanner goes off. And you start getting a readout of Imperial codes and the description of a freighter.
A freighter heading our way. Or does it look like a description of our ship?
Roll an insight check for what?
Okay, it's actually not a bad roll. 12.
12.
I'm rolling terribly or mediocre?
All right, with a 12 for what? At first, man, this ship is like fully kitted out. It is armored. It is really interesting looking. And then you start seeing through the scans a lot of familiar readings. It has a mild leak in the hyperdrive, and you think, oh man, we got a mild leak in the hyperdrive I've got to fix. It's got
It's got a hurtling pilot. We've got a hurtling pilot. Wow.
I tapped the top of the screen where it says our transponder name. I'm like, that's ours. That's us.
We're coming at us.
Who's gonna do it first?
Are we really back to these conversations?
We're not. We're not. I was
That's the
watching.
first time I did it.
I was watching all your faces. I'm like, okay, who's gonna do it first? So as you're doing this, since you say you're routinely scanning again, another scan goes out, and you see bing, it comes back, and it reads out the same thing. Roll Shug, since both Shug and Watt are looking at the same screen. Roll an insight check, both of you.
You got it.
Okay. Insight.
I rolled a 2, so 4 total.
I also rolled a 2, so 7 total.
You guys are flabbergasted.
Partners in crime.
You guys are completely, this ship's full of assholes moment.
So if this is Thule would like to lean into his pirating knowledge of being hunted by the Empire. If this is a type of protective barrier or netting that is reflecting this, can I roll like a piloting check to see if I know how to deal with it? Or if I've ever encountered and successfully evaded something like this?
What do you normally roll for your pirating background? Piloting?
I don't normally roll for my pirating background. I guess tech, piloting. I don't know if lore would be a thing. Do you have a preference on tech or piloting?
Dealer's choice. If you could explain to me in a justified check, I'll let you go for it.
Okay, so we are going to try to lean in of pirating ships through evasive maneuvers to not be trapped, and that's a nat 20.
At least somebody rolled well tonight.
So, you hear Shug and Watt behind you arguing, not knowing what this is, not knowing if this is a trap, not knowing this is a weapon, and they keep saying our signal's bouncing back at us. Our signal's bouncing back at us. And you think, with your pirating background, this one time when you were with Hondo, you had a similar situation. You guys were scanning for Imperial ships, large ones, to try to take during the Galactic Civil War. And Hondo told you, you can tell the size of a ship by its scanning echo when you hit it, and how quickly it bounces back to you when it bounces off its shields. So the first thing you think of is when you hear about this, especially with an nat 20, there's a large shield out there that's bouncing back your signal. A very large shield out there.
Gabe, none of that came through. Sorry.
Feels like one might say a planetary shield.
Guys, does anybody know how to get through a planetary shield? Otherwise, I'm just gonna ram it.
What? I know this one at Kanto by.
Well, feel free to get slicing.
Normally, you just input the identifier code and it opens up and you can fly through.
We have the identifier code running.
Then she'll be okay.
All right, moving in.
How do these things? Can I make a roll on it, Bill? How do these things work?
What roll do you want to make?
I would love to make a lore check and rely on my knowledge of Imperial tech during the Galactic Civil War.
Okay.
All right. That is a 20 with some work done.
All right, so that's a dirty 20. So with a dirty 20, you knowing throughout, your dealings with selling Imperial equipment and dealing with a lot of different stuff, there is a securities company of Intergalactic Securities Intelligence Corporation based off of Coruscant. They sold...
It's a mouthful.
Yes, that's Rena stuttered on it. They serviced planetary shield. They were known for selling planetary shields, such as the one that surrounded the secret Imperial base known as Scarif that made the news just before the destruction of the mere hours before the destruction of the Death Star, or days before the destruction of the Death Star.
Yeah.
Most of planetary shields will have an access port, which would be the generator itself for the planetary shield. Simply going by that and having the right codes, the shield should open up for you.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
In theory, let's
scan around for the access point.
As you continue forward, Thule, and you're scanning, eventually the 30-second interval hails dies out as you get out of their range. As you get out of their range, it's quiet, as you're not receiving any signals, and then eventually you get a ping, a planetary ping near the northern pole, a directional ping.
Hey guys, looks like I'm heading that direction, and I begin navigating towards where the ping is. I hope this is the gate we're looking for.
Me too.
So as you continue flying into this planet, do you leave your scanners up?
I think that would be wise.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
So repeatedly,
Like, we are approaching with caution.
okay, every time your scanner comes up, you're getting the ping back. So basically, your entire 70s readout display is just profiles of your ship over and over and over and over and over again. Like every time you get closer to the planet, is it just bing, 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 getting very annoying. What's turning off the notifications?
No,
What are you talking about? What? I was gonna say,
Yeah,
he thinks it's fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The
Watt
ping
is
is
the
the vibe.
There's a bunch of us out here.
Yeah. The ping is absolutely a vibe.
All right, so eventually you get closer. You do see what looks to be an orbital shield generator up near the poles. Similar to that, you see small objects that seem to be orbiting around the station itself. As the scanners start going off, you start picking up weapon signals, or what's the word I'm looking for? Weapon energy readings?
It's like weapons powering up.
No, just a constant.
Mines. Either mines or weapons platforms.
So as you get closer, you do notice that some of these, you see small bursts of one as one starts to turn the closer you get. And it does seem to be almost a stationary orbital cannon as it starts pointing towards you. And what all of you can tell, it starts tracking your ship as you're getting closer.
Mile and wave, boys.
You eventually pass one the whole time it tracking your ship as you're going in. Thule, give me an insight check.
I believe in you.
Flat roll, go! That's a nat 1.
Damn, my belief was misguided.
Nat 20 to nat 1, back to back.
You start sweating. If these things open fire point blank right now, these look like large enough cannons to punch holes in capital ships. You guys are literally sitting ducks.
Can we tell if they are manned or if these are automated?
How would you like to tell?
I would like to probe.
I don't want to probe. I don't want it to ping off of them. I don't want them to know that we're studying it. So I want to just rely on my knowledge of like Imperial technology. I'll do another lore if you want me to.
I'll give you an option, tech or lore. I can see it working both ways.
No, I'm gonna take tech then every time because that's better. That's fine.
The whole time over the mic, Thule's you just hear Thule going, "We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die."
His kid's
so I
like white knuckling, white clawing, whatever.
White Claw.
White
and
Claw.
like the gun turret, just as like just trying to like feel a little bit better about it, like aiming it back at this cannon, just like oh god.
No laws when you're slinging claws.
You basically have a capital ship-sized cannon pointed at you guys' little freighter.
And we've got a squirt gun pointed back.
Right.
So 13 plus 9, so 20 fucking math. 24.
Okay.
23.
So with a 23, you looking at this cannon,
22.
it looks like a powerhouse. It looks like it can punch holes through a capital ship's shield. As there's multiple of these cannons. The one closest to you as you are looking at it, the first thing that pops into your head, Shug, if that thing has people on it, it has no room for a life support.
Okay, cool. That's what I was kind of assuming this was an automated system. Does it look like it is still functional, or are there any is there any sign of aware or
It is
how old
it is making small adjustments with the jet burst. It's making small adjustments as it's moving as in you guys are flying in and multiple of these are tracking your ship going in. So they are obviously reading a target and they are following it.
Okay. Well,
I do
boys,
have-
it's been a
However,
good run, and
they have not
if this
fired.
doesn't work, you can thank our friends.
I do want to do a quick broadband scan and see if I can identify any carrier wave signal.
Okay, you keep
That
breaking up
is
carrier
up.
wave.
I don't know why I'm breaking up to guys. I'm sorry. That must be bad connection. Going into a tunnel.
It sounds like it's gating you. Like it sounds like when you get quiet is when we're losing sound.
I'll just swallow the microphone.
Oh god, I was hoping.
So hot.
All part of our master plan. Tell them we can't hear him.
Can you tell me I'm a good boy?
No.
I like that too.
That's
So I am looking for a signal or a carrier wave or something that is either controlling or signaling these satellites. Not because I want to interfere with it, but I'm just kind of scanning for it to have in my back pocket for later in case I need it.
Okay, go ahead and scan.
Sweet.
And give me what your role is. What you're working with.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Ooh, a
Nat
lot
one.
of sub 10s and a lot of nat 1s.
We've had like 2 rolls that were above the.
I-
I rolled an at one. So
I will say this: as soon as you scan this close, and you're trying to find a carrier wave, you get a sea of readouts. It almost looks like each one of them has an individual wave, as it's an independent cannon. All right. As you guys are getting closer, and you get closer to the gate as it comes up, you see the blinking lights showing the distance between you and the gate itself. As you get closer, in this auditory ping of this Imperial transponder code that you got from a con man named Jace on a lone space station orbiting Lantilles, you guys realize right now that you put all of your faith in a complete stranger that was pretending to be an Imperial.
Hell yeah. It won't let us down.
As the cannons are pointing at you, you see the center of the shield start to evaporate as the gate opens up.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Chase. MVP right there.
So, continuing forward, Tulu, you eventually enter the planetary shield. As your ship goes through, the aperture closes behind you as you see the blue sheen of the shield go back into place as you guys are now entering the orbit of Kenari within a planetary shield.
Now that we are inside the shield, can we get an accurate scan of the surface?
Yeah, you can try.
Really?
As the shield closes behind us and Thule finally breathes for the first time in several minutes, which isn't a big deal because he can hold his breath for hours, but he was holding his breath through that entire encounter.
So is Shug, and he like smacks me. He's like, "What? Relax. I knew that was gonna work. We're fine." You feel tiny little like taps on your shoulder.
And steam washes over you as there's almost like a wheeze out of Thule's blowhole. Thule wants to think about the size of those cannons and the hole that was pointed in the other freighter that would have had these same codes removed from it. Was that freighter shot by these giant ass cannons on approach?
Roll an insight check.
Insight.
I mean, but they detonated from inside.
Yeah, like these things detonated from the inside out. So
I don't know. There's no telling what Bill.
I don't know what would happen to a freighter if it was punched by one of these giant cannons. I don't know. That's only a 7, I think.
7.
Yeah.
You don't know a cannon that'll do that.
Sorry, we haven't seen Starkiller Base yet.
Right.
However, what? What'd you roll for a scan?
14.
14. With a 14, you scan, boom, and you immediately bounce back as you get a reading from the surface. With a 14, immediately you sense high vegetation life and animal life.
I say hi back.
Fully breathable atmosphere.
Settlements? Question mark.
No real settlements to speak of. Roll, let's see, what do I want? Roll me an insight check on the scan that you just did to see if you because it's so low, it's a 14.
17. Best roll of the night.
So what doesn't really pay attention to a lot, or what he does pay attention to is usually in one ear out the other, unless it has to do with tech, and unless it has to do with the plight and the suffering of lesser species compared to Imperials. And one of the things that you remember Shug talking about was that this planet was quarantined because of a mining disaster. Now, the Kenari was strip mined. It's known. There's pictures, there's history of it, but there's one thing your scanner doesn't give. The entire surface is covered in vegetation. Entire surface is covered in vegetation.
So no water masses. No.
At least.
Yeah. Interesting. Are there any active signals on the surface?
Yes. In a densely forested zone up in the northern hemisphere, you do see a Imperial signal. A landing signal, as it were.
Okay. Densely forested, no signs of civilization around it? Question mark?
Nope.
Okay. So, say this in character. They're probably underground. I don't know if that's a real tree, or that one, or that one, that one, or that one, or that one, or that one. But there's no water, no oceans, and I look at Thule like, I'm sorry.
That's a little racist.
Thule is actively disheartened.
Maybe we don't set down at the signal and just kind of nearby. Something is there. Something is here.
Seems a good place to start probing then.
Well, we can't just sit down anywhere. We broadcast the code and they're going to expect us to be landing, and if we don't land, it's going to be suspicious. So, do we just go in and make the best of it?
Be suspicious.
Are we going in hot?
Be suspicious. Be suspicious. Be suspicious.
We can. I'm sure we can
Surely
sell
we
this.
can
but-
make enough time for a scan or two before we land.
Well, yeah, that's fine. But then when we land, they're going to come on and they're going to expect Imperials, and then 4 aliens are going to walk off the boat. And
Do we even know if there's anyone here?
No, lots of wildlife, right? But no.
It's
Humanoid life signs?
quarantined.
That's what the Imperials said. I tend to not
But
trust that.
When I say you pick up wildlife, you pick up life signs that there's there's a reason why when they scanned indoor they didn't find teddy bears. It's not a detailed scan. When you see it, you can't tell like, oh, this is a human, this is a Trandoshan, this is a whatnot. There's living. You can tell that something down there is inhaling oxygen and expending carbon dioxide.
Wait, the story was that the surface was poisoned. But obviously there's things living here. So
I mean, I can eat mushrooms that would probably kill you. Some things are poison to some people.
Well, the readings came back as breathable. I think we should be safe.
my point is the Imperials are lying, and we were sent here to find a scientist, and I'm assuming, and I point to the landing zone thing, assuming that's where we're gonna find people. So we touch down and we say that the Empire's fallen apart, and the survey crew, I don't know.
I mean, they probably know. If the ship from Coruscant was coming here, the one that blew up outside, then they probably know.
Probably know what.
That the Empire's gone?
But they're still the Empire.
No.
We could be a maintenance crew sent by the Empire to make sure that the flora and fauna haven't overrun the base.
That's what I'm
Reinforcing walls,
saying.
stuff like that.
We can try something like that, but in general, Imperials don't like Us. Aliens. Might be a hard sell, is what I'm saying.
I think the
Are
Imperials
we
are the
still
alien.
receiving hails? Or just the beacon?
No, I think that was just the broadband beacon.
Maybe some
So-
tropical rainforest, but no hail.
Then why not take our time until someone asks what we're doing?
That's suspicious. But I don't think there's anything wrong with
I'm still not
circling
ruling
the
out that
site.
there's not anyone here or anyone that cares. I'm not saying that there's not, but we don't know.
I don't think there's anything stopping us from circling the site and giving it a scan or two before we land down.
Okay, and Watt turns back to the console and immediately starts scanning. Frequent.
All right, give me another scan check.
Approaching from the long way around. Got it. And Thule begins kind of circling to almost like a glider coming into land and taking like the really long swooping circles.
Yeah, we find anything interesting?
18.
All right. Ooh, with an 18. As you guys are heading towards the the hemisphere where you located the landing signal, you get a small, weak ping below you.
Okay.
Kind of with an 18, with your scanning, you're getting a weak signal.
Okay.
It's on an imperial format, and you hear a readout in binary 00011 in
I speak binary.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You hear the readout in binary, but you see it comes back as 3 letters, SOS.
Someone owns soup.
What?
They've got
What do you-
noodles.
How do you know they got noodles?
Then we're going in.
I will share up the thing and I'll point at SOS and I'll look like I knew what was going on. I made a funny. And it's just
says-
still
That says soft.
they got noodles with sauce.
Noodles and sauce. And you feel the ship speed up just to
Start to bank a little bit. Let's go look. I'm gonna actively investigate the area. I'm gonna probe it.
Okay.
Yeah, nice and
Probe
deep
it
like.
so hard.
That one.
So soft.
Well, we did
was a-
did establish that this is soft sci-fi. So
It's very soft sci-fi.
no hardcore sci-fi. here.
You can't get a decent probe in because all you're getting
Yeah, go on.
Doesn't it?
Jesus.
What happens?
Yeah. Go on, Bill. Tell me.
So the opposite of a flaccid probe is a critical probe.
Critical probe.
What about a probe with some work done?
As you're trying to decipher the
This probe
location,
needs more work.
as you're trying to decipher the
That's just a
location
finger.
around this SOS signal, there seems to be something bouncing it and interfering with your signal, your scan, because all you're getting is an alloy readout.
It's underground.
Yeah, so
Well, alloy. Maybe not.
Tully, as
Something's interfering with
you are getting closer, all you see is canopy. All you see is treetop. But following Watt's signal,
So there-
you should be right over whatever this is.
I'll go look, and I hop up and start running towards the car patch.
Should have installed the thermite cannon. Just burnt all this away.
You know, if you land, you're gonna. I mean, you can land on some of these trees, and you're not even gonna get any damage on your ship.
But will they be able to? When you say trees, are we talking like fucking densely packed Endor? Or are we talking like it's a bunch of pine trees?
This is densely packed forest, but not as big as the sequoias in Endor.
we got a big hoss of a ship, and our ship will crush whatever's under us. Is what you're telling us, basically.
Pretty much.
I can spin the thrusters around and see if I can burn us out a spot.
Well, that's gonna risk burning whatever's underneath. I don't know. Maybe we set down a little ways away from the signal, so we don't risk setting on something valuable. You know, like the door.
All right. Moving about 300 feet north. Skim past the spot and set down. Just crushing whatever's under us.
Landing the ship, as soon as you open the cargo hatch, you just hear the snapping of branches as the ship lands, snapping branches and landing on the soft forest floor. You see grass and rock as this complete forested, vibrant vegetation around you guys.
Hey, don't go anywhere. Let me send my droid out. Maybe ask Alexander to give a little patrol, and then we
What
can...
does it smell like?
You gonna take a deep breath?
Yeah.
You take a very deep breath of the area around you. Inhaling, and you just get what has smelled like stale oxygen refreshers most of the time in ships, and especially in the Undercity. Imagine what there was this TV show, Terra Nova, that I really loved, about a polluted Earth where people went through a portal and went to a young Earth, and when they got there, they had to go through treatments because they were not used to breathing such pure oxygen. What is almost taken aback and coughing because you breathe in just absolute clean air. That's
Is anybody else near the cargo hatch with me?
Yeah, I was coming with you.
Okay.
Tisk would be there.
Watt starts so Tisk, as you get there, Watt starts panicking, like he can't breathe, like hyperventilating, drops to his knees.
Tisk like leans down, reaching back for like a med pack or something. Everything all right?
And I'm like clawing at my throat.
But it doesn't say that the air is toxic. But I'm like looking on my readout. Everything seems safe. Maybe he's allergic to something.
I like fall to my knees, panicking, just like heaving, like I'm having a hard time.
Let's get him back in the ship.
I like just pick him up and
Close up the hatch.
And on that note, we'll pick this up next week.
Okay.
Sweet. Dun dun dun!
What's the opposite of an asthma attack?
Oxygen attack?
Right.
Breathing.
Bot is panicking because he's breathing too well.
Oh.
Like,
Well,
what do we call this?
there is a thing that's the opposite of apoxia or hypoxia. Hypoxia is where you don't get enough oxygen. You basically start feeling like you're drunk. There is an opposite of that where there's oxygen is like too pure, and your body like can't process it fast enough. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is.
Hyperoxia instead of hypoxia.
But on that note, let's roll off some accolades and get that done.
Alright, so that's my attack. And put in hyperoxia. Now that I've learned words.
It is literally hypo XIA, hypoxia.
But this is the opposite. This is hyperoxia.
Yeah, when your
There's too
body
much
can't.
oxygen.
No, it's when your body can't process oxygen quickly enough. It can lead to a condition called hypoxia. So it's HYPOXIA, which means your body or part of your body is deprived of adequate oxygen. Cannot.
I understood it as there was too much oxygen for your body to process.
Yes.
Not that you were deprived of it.
No, hypoxemia is low levels of oxygen.
Yeah, that,
Weird. They both feel like they work.
Yeah.
Anywho, I rolled a 15.
5.
7.
Oh shit, roll in. Right, where'd it go? This one? 11.
Okay.
Oh my
Gabe,
god, do
Sean.
I lead it off?
Gabe, Sean, Jacob, then me.
Bill, I really like the fact that this freighter this Gozanti is floating out there in space. It's just this thread to pull. You know, if it is the same freighter, so what happened? You know, these total strangers that we put our lives in their hands. Did they do this? Was it something else? We don't know. But they could have also planted explosives prior, or burned their identities. And I really, really like that aspect.
Thank you.
And thank you for giving me the thread to pull on with the panic attack here at the end. That's really, really nice detail to add to a setting. Everybody else, they were little things that everybody did tonight that I really, really enjoyed. But Thule in the cockpit, just like breathing steam at Shug, and I feel like Shug like floating away because he's in his little floating droid, and the steam out of your blowhole sends him flying. I just really enjoyed that little.
I just like the idea of my tiny hands, like.
Yeah. Tiny hands.
I did appreciate the micro massage. That was solid.
New style.
All right,
Jacob.
Jacob, you're up.
Or wait,
no,
was it?
no.
No, I lied. It was Sean. Sorry.
Sean.
Oh, okay. Bill, thank you for sticking with us as we navigate all the Starship stuff. It was a. I liked that you didn't drop us into an immediate thing where we had to deep dive into Starship controls. We're still kind of getting this slow entrance into how to use everything, so I appreciate that. Just from a learner's curve perspective. I really liked Watt's immediate. How many put into like, there's bodies, and that's the ship we blew up. We deserve this. Like, this is scratch one for us. And regardless of what Bill's story is, we're taking credit for this moving forward. I was just excited for being on the same page with Watt on that one.
Thanks, man.
Jacob.
I will. I'll give a general one to everyone, Bill included, on the absolute onslaught of dick jokes tonight.
One might say he was bludgeoned about the face.
Yeah, it was D&D in its finest in that regard tonight from everybody. So
We did not have a hard time with that, or did we?
no, I mean, maybe we did. Maybe we did.
Definitely more than just the tip of that iceberg.
Maybe we enjoyed it a little too much. No, just all around fun times. Nothing too serious on the night as we continued on into this potentially like really serious, could get blown out of the sky situation. But Bill, rolling through all of that as we put ourselves into this situation, I appreciated the like system and what you laid out here. I'm very interested to see what is actually going on this planet. So next time we'll try and keep the dick jokes a little bit less as we figure out what's going on here. Maybe.
I just have to put a mature rating on the podcast. I usually do. Definitely not for kids.
Oh, speaking of dangerous situations, I will throw one out specifically to Thule because I had both player me and character me had completely forgotten that we had gotten that coat from Jace. So props for remembering the thing that kept us alive.
Yes, and me. I did a shitty job about writing things down tonight, but I just in general, I liked being on the ship with you all. I liked being like in our quote unquote roles, and I liked that we were all like doing different things and scanning and focused on different, like finding different things or observing different things. Like that felt cool, and I'm excited to do that more as we like settle into our specific roles and things, and exploring those mechanics with you all. And Bill, I don't know, man. I had a great time tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's on the surface here.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So just going through, I don't know why. I'll go around like Tisk first. First one on the list. Tisk, I don't know why, but like everybody's sticking their head into the cockpit and adding their 2 cents to seeing the exploded ship. Tisk's reaction tickled me. Of just like like I don't know, like someone scanning through the internet and finding the picture of a very pretty girl, just to seeing the result of a massive explosion of how did that happen, type of thing. That
Tisk is very intrigued as to what caused that.
That tickled me. Shug, I really enjoyed